day 10 of the daily roundup. So we thought we'd come to 8:10. See what we did there?
What?
It's 10, just 10.
Okay.
Oh, it's going to be a long interview. It's Davey Todd, everybody.
Hey.
Thanks, guys. It's the most round of applause I've had all week.
You've had 0 round of applause because you've not been doing any riding.
Yes, absolutely not. Riding my scooter around the paddock is about all I've done in the rain.
The main question I want to ask you, have you been busier this TT than you ever have been as a rider?
Close.
I bet.
It's definitely close. I'm usually flat out, but you need to make a little bit of time for yourself to get your head in the right space, where I haven't had to do that. While I've been here, I've actually tried to do the opposite and keep myself busy to keep my head in the right place. So,
But you've had some difficult jobs, haven't you? I mean, it's cool that they've got you on the broadcast and talking about the races because, you know, there's nobody more relevant to talk about a motorbike race than you, the guy who's off the back of a brilliant year last year. But then they've got you like interviewing your rivals and talking about, oh yeah, that's a really good performance from him. Has that been tricky or?
Yeah, it definitely has. The thing that I struggled with the most was the going down to the winners' enclosure and seeing that, and that's the place I fall asleep dreaming about every night about riding into that winners' enclosure. So to be going down there, not in the position that I've performed well and got myself in the winners' enclosure, just to talk about the guys that have. That's been a little bit difficult, to be honest. Definitely more challenging than the rest. Has actually been quite enjoyable. Been a part of the TT and everything, and been able to give some of my opinions and expertise on what's been going on. That's good, but the other side a little more difficult.
I bet it's been nice to have a bit more time to connect with your fans and stuff because you have got a big fan base. And when you're racing, it's difficult to balance all that, isn't it? You know. It
is. When you're racing, you obviously your head's in a certain way. You're thinking about the race, even when you're not just about to go race. You know yourself. When you're here for 2 weeks, your head's in that zone, no matter what time of the day it is. But because my head isn't in that mindset, I've been able to go out and spend some more time with the fans and.
And riders, your mates, you know, Mitch Reese or Marcus Simpson, you've been helping a few lads out, haven't you? Yeah,
trying to give a little bit more advice. It's good in a sense and bad in a sense. It's good in the way that I can try and pass on a little bit more time. I can spend more time watching Mitch and watching Marcus and watching Pete even on track, all the footage on track, and trying to give them a little bit of advice on how to improve or how to do things better, where normally you're so focused on yourself. You're only doing your own thing, but there's also a negative side to that as well, because I've never been in the position where I've stood watching the start line and watching the start of the race and all of a sudden you realise how nervous you are about your mates who are about to set off on the start line. Normally, again, you're absorbed in yourself and what you're doing, and you're so focused on the task at hand that you don't have time to worry. But now I've got a bit more time to worry about. It's a little bit less pleasant. I'm definitely nervous for my mates going out there.
You know what I noticed was, like, when I stopped and then started hanging about on the start line and stuff, you know, the mechanics and the family members, you know, you can see it in the faces. You know, they've got this anticipation coming and these nerves. A lot of time the riders just, like you say, just focus, just want to get on and do the job. But the team around you, they go through it as well so much, don't they?
Absolutely. It's definitely harder being on the sidelines. It's harder sitting and watching. At the end of the day, the rider for the 1 hour, 45 minute, 6 lap superbike race, you're just focused on what you're doing.
Yeah.
The people who are on the sidelines, even the pit crew, they do 2 minutes work in that 1 hour 45 period in the 1 minute each pit stop.
Is mad intensity.
The rest of the time, all they can do is worry about what ifs and what could go wrong. Hope I've done everything right. Like, just all these things pop into your head as a team member, and all this worry consumes you while the race is going on. It's as I say, it's definitely more difficult. I'm looking forward to next year and being back on that other side and not having to worry quite as much.
I always say every racer wants to be out there racing, but seeing what's happening and the form that Dean's on, are you happy you're missing it? The fact that he's on such good form, or you wishing I would love to take an on-fire Dean Harrison on at this game?
I think you know the answer to that. Did you have to ask? I, of course, wish I was out there battling with Dean. And yeah, it's awesome to see how well he's going, for sure. He's riding really well. But I think as a rider that fires you up more, because those are the ones that feel the best when you cross the finish line, knowing you've beat a rider who's riding really well, who's at the prime. It was a close battle, and you won the race in the best possible way, rather than, you know, riders who are not necessarily on the game, or there's what ifs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you want the hardest possible competition, and to still come out on top is the perfect scenario at the end of the day. So yeah, I would love to be out there battling Dean this week.
Standard.
So, going on about the Dean's gone to Honda and said, look, I want to build this super stock, super light hybrid. You know, he's basically running two super stockers. And one is the super light, but it's got a little bit more horsepower and slightly better brakes. But you had that thought in your mind, didn't you, from last year? So, going forwards, is that going to be the game plan, you think, or are you going to push to make a superbike a fully fledged superbike?
No, absolutely not. I'm pretty happy with the package that I've got. I've loved that over the past few years. I've just ran, like you say, 2 full superstock chassis, one with a faster engine in it, the superbike with a faster engine.
And kit electronics across them both?
Kit electronics across both, literally no difference between the two. We actually ran a superbike fairing on the superbike last year, and weirdly I came in and said to the boys, I think I prefer the stock fairing over the superbike fairing. The superbike fairing's slightly smaller, ever so slightly, and just how the air flows over it was a little bit different. I felt more comfortable behind the stock fairing. So the plan for this year, I said I want stock shape fairing on both bikes. We'd have run it carbon because you can, and it looks cool. Looks cool, doesn't it? But I'd run that stock fairing anyway. But I love the feeling of the stock chassis. I think it works fantastic around here. The lap record is still held by a stocker, and me and Pete both have ideals into 137. So the potential is there to lift that or lower the lap record, lift the lap speed. And I think there's a lot more in it. I've been having the conversation a lot over the last couple of days, and people saying, how far do you think it can go? And it's always the question, isn't it? Like, when's it going to hit the peak, the limit? I don't think it ever will. I think it'll keep moving. And I personally think in my career we'll see 140s. A lot of people don't agree, but we're not that far away. You know, we're talking 15, 18 seconds from a 37 to 140, because 37s are hypothetically as possible when you put the sectors together
already,
now.
Yeah.
So it's already done at that speed. So,
and the weird thing is when you get to the next marker, you know, from 135, 136, you end up being able to work in that window, don't you? You know, you step into that box, and that's the parameter that you work in then. So then it's naturally going to move on again, isn't it? Because you understand what it takes to get to that lap speed.
Everything moves on, doesn't it? Everything improves, and people talk about tyre technology, they talk about bike technology, and yes, all of that improves, but us as riders improve. Not just necessarily on going out and performing on the day, but your preparation. You learn how to prepare better, you learn how to be fitter, be stronger, be mentally more focused to be able to perform better. So the more we learn about that every single day, every year, the more we can progress and move forward. And I think we'll see that in the lap times on track in the future. And I hope to see it anyway.
Well, I hope to see it in my lifetime as well.
I hope to see it on my dashboard, really. But
Probably the biggest issue, regardless of how well you prepare, how good the technology is, if the weather doesn't play ball, then we won't see those times, because we were talking at the start of the week, weren't we?
Yeah.
Who was it that said? Someone said, well, by the end of this, if the weather's good, we'll see a 1:37. And I think we potentially might have, but without.
I said it. I said it at the beginning of the week.
Who knows?
I said if we have 2 weeks of good weather, the lap record will go for sure.
Yeah.
Well, look
It's
back to
massively
2023.
dependent on that, isn't
Yeah,
it? You know
2023,
yourself.
the weather was amazing, and that's where we've had all the lap records from, really.
Just quickly, going back to that whole Superbike, Superstock hybrid thing that we've got, is it a good advert for a manufacturer to be able to produce a super stock bike that can go that fast? Or does it make it, or is it a bad advert in the fact that all that money and effort that they put into a superbike, they can't make it work in the window that you want it? Or is it just the fact that superbikes just no longer work around here?
It's unique to this place, isn't it? You know, you wouldn't get a super stock bike to do the lap time of a superbike around Mugello.
Yeah.
But here, it's a different ball game.
So do you think a superbike may become redundant completely?
Here at the TT, potentially.
Yeah.
It's a different thing, and I spent a lot of time explaining it to a lot of people. But the window of a superstock bike, a superstock chassis, is a lot bigger.
Yeah.
The window in which a superbike works is about this big. So if you don't get it in that window, then it doesn't work as good as a superstock bike.
Yeah.
And to get it in that window around the TT course, when you have fast corners, slow corners, smooth corners, bumpy corners, there's a bit of everything around here.
Everything,
How can you possibly set it up to work everywhere around here? It's, for me, it's very close to impossible, if not impossible. So then, are you ever going to get that perfect feeling and the right setting that you may think you feel on a short circuit with the bike?
Yeah.
Are you ever going to be able to get that here at the TT? I'm not so sure. And Hutchie's done it in the past. He's run the hybrid bike and had success with it. I've had success with it when I've done it. Now we're seeing Dean have the same success as soon as he's transferred back to that. Are we going to see more guys do it? I know Dunlop loves the superbike. I know my teammate Pete, I've spoke a lot to him and pushed him a lot to go more in the same direction as me, because he holds the lap record on a superstock bike.
Yeah.
Yet he still believes himself that he will go faster on a superbike should everything slot into
If you
place.
can find that window.
Yeah, if you can, yeah.
But can you?
Well, if you could find that window, do you think you could go faster on a superbike than a hybrid?
It's so hard to say. I just think I can go faster on that hybrid bike. Makes sense to me.
And the fact that you think you can go faster means way more than knowing that you've got a bike that's called a superbike and is potentially faster and potentially stiffer and better handling or whatever.
For riders, it's more important to be comfortable. And if you find your setting, which is, there isn't a setting, there's not a right and a wrong, there's where you're comfortable as a rider. And if you find yourself comfortable, you're going to go fast. So whatever bike that's on, whatever place that is, if you get comfortable on the bike, you're gonna go fast. So it's all about finding that place where you're happy and you feel at one with the bike and feel comfortable, and then the lap time's gonna come.
Mate, it's always a pleasure. Thank
Cheers,
you very
boys.
much. Get back soon. Get off the TV.
Look, man.
Get back on your bike.
I'll try to, mate. Thank you. Cheers, boys.
All right, Boovy's bike. Thanks, Boovy.
Thanks.
Where you been, Boothie?
I've had a bit of a day off today. We thought we hoped to go racing, but as you might be able to see out the windows, it's absolutely chucked it down pretty much all day, hasn't it? So I've had a bit of a day off. I've relaxed. I've been to the beach. I've had an ice cream. I've had a lovely day. What have you boys done?
Did it rain at the beach?
It did, yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
Sand
I didn't go in.
wrong places.
We've been working hard at work.
Great to hear it.
Journalism.
Yeah, hard hitting journalism. Chatting with Davey Todd, which has been nice to chat with somebody who would like to be racing here, but obviously isn't. Must be frustrating for him, right?
Yeah, for sure. The guys, come off a brilliant year last year, winning the Superbike class, just finding his feet with TT more and more each year. So to have that massive crash that he had in Daytona in March at the beginning of the year, massive setback for the TT and massive setback for him this year. But he's got years ahead of him, and we wish the guy well and a speedy recovery.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? You only get one go at this a year, and if you miss it, it's a big, massive part of his sort of annual sort of racing career. So to miss it, he'll be frustrated because he'll see all the other guys just chipping away and working on the setup and
winning races.
Winning races. He wants to be on that podium, stood on top of it, doesn't he? And I can imagine it's hard work for him. But like you said, he's young enough to come back. He's got plenty of years left in him around here, hasn't he?
Yeah. The reason we're up here is because we thought it was an apt place to announce the revised schedule. So as of recording this, there has been a seismic shift in the revised program, hasn't there?
Yeah, a big one.
Massive, yeah.
Who wants to reveal the news? A lot of people probably already know it, but Tom's going for it.
Well, we're going to go for the senior on Friday. So 3 races on Friday, that's the plan, isn't it now? Mm-hmm. So Super Sport Race 2, Sport Bike, and then the senior at 4 laps. Tomorrow?
Yeah, potentially a super stock race tomorrow. We've not had a super stock race at all, but with the time constraints, they're not going to allow that super stock race to move any further than it is. Mm-hmm. So if it doesn't take place tomorrow, that one will be in the can. And then potentially,
yeah,
we're racing on Saturday as well.
Yes, so normally the senior TT would be the sort of flagship race, the main event at the end of the week, but because the weather's looking a bit better on Friday than Saturday, they're going to say, look, we'll try and get the senior out of the way, get it done, get that race in the bag, and then if we get some nice weather Saturday or Sunday, they're using a contingency potentially on Sunday, we're going to run Super Stock Race 2 and
Sport Bike race.
Sport Bike, and it'll all depend a little bit on what does or doesn't happen tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the weekend goes. But yeah, big news is senior on Friday. Yeah. Fingers crossed.
I like that. Senior on a Friday. That's traditional. It's how it used to be.
Yeah.
Not 4 laps though.
No, I know, but let's get a senior gone because we need one.
It's important that we have one. Like you say, we didn't have one last year. So yeah, let's round this daily roundup right here, shall we?
Let's.
It's rounded. It's folded. Let's put it away for another day. We'll be back tomorrow, maybe with some good weather, potentially a race. If not, we will find some people to talk to in the paddock and catch up on all the gossip that's happening down there. Until tomorrow, gents.
See you then.
See you there.